And we're back again today with another EV market update. Today, taking a big look at Tesla. They're trading over 4% today. Also, their Q4 earnings are going to be announced very soon. Their Shanghai Gigafactory is producing at the cheapest it's ever produced. And Mustang versus Tesla. An electric Mustang versus Tesla. It's got to be a joke, but we're going to take a look at all that today. So if you want to support the channel, by all means, drop a like, hit the subscribe. Let me know in the comments what you think. I love hearing opinions. I love hearing different opinions. Let me know. So Tesla up 4% today. Now their Q4 deliveries are going to be announced very soon. And originally they're projected to do about 174,000 units sold. Now it's looking more like it's actually going to be 190 to 200,000 deliveries for this quarter alone. That's insane. That's crazy. This actually might allow Tesla to break their 500,000 delivery unit number for the year. So just think this quarter alone is going to do pretty much a third of all their deliveries for the year. That's nuts. Now, granted, I know the pandemic really hurt everybody's sales early in the year, but to see them now come back like this is great. And especially they're growing in China too, which really allows them to branch globally. Is exactly what you want for this company. And if you're a stock investor, of course. Now, China, apparently it's going to stay on this path, and their growth is expected to hit about 10% by 2025 in terms of EV sales. Now, China region, however, it's totally different, right? China, they want to be the leader of EV, and although they are producing NIO, Tesla's already there. They're already dominating. And they're expected that the China region will represent 40% of electric vehicle deliveries by 2022, and Tesla is going to be a big part of that. China, if it stays on its current path with Tesla, could hit 1 million units globally by 2022. Now, why is that? You gotta look at their production. Gigafactory in Shanghai says now cost is linked to materials. So they have actually ramped up their production this year at a lower cost. That's great. That's exactly, if you're a company, of course you want that. You can make more and it costs less. Now this is because of the way they are, because the cost of their product is actually really cheap right now. And they've gone through, if you actually look on their Model 3 alone, 5 times throughout 2020, they've gone through changes that have reduced the price of the vehicle and the manufacture of the vehicle as well. Now, Tesla, like I just was stating, a lot of their sales come from China. 40% in the foreseeable future of Tesla sales could come from China. So it makes sense that they want to have a production company right there in Shanghai to produce their vehicles, to easily bring vehicles. You don't have to pay to transport them as much as you would if you're producing them in the United States. Now to bring them all the way over, they're already there. You already have all the labor there. You have the cost of material right there. So for them, for Tesla, the Gigafactory in Shanghai is a game changer right now. And this is why companies like NIO are getting so much funding from the Chinese government, is because the Chinese government doesn't like to see a U.S. company in their country competing and just dominating the market. So I think it's going to be interesting to see, like especially with NIO and Tesla pretty much battling it out to be the EV leader of that area. But with this Shanghai increase in terms of their production and making it cheaper for themselves, it's going to be really hard for NIO to compete with that. And anytime I talk about NIO, I get a lot of hate, I get a lot of flack, but it's like, people just look at the fact that NIO stock has been going up. They don't look at really like the actual numbers and the production behind these companies. And Tesla really, they're absolutely dominating. The thing too is like Tesla's not getting government funding the same way that NIO is. Chinese government's directly putting money to NIO in terms of loans because they want NIO to come out ahead. Tesla, on the other hand, is dominating because it's just a superior product. They have great products, and now that their vehicles are becoming cheaper because they can make them cheaper, they're just going to continue to expand. So Tesla, again, it's one of those things where people say, oh, you buying Tesla, it keeps going up. Well, it kind of seems that way at this point because they can't do anything wrong. They've only doing things right. Now, apparently, though, they got competition. The Ford Mustang EV, the Mach-E. At first, I thought this was a joke when I first read about it, but now the Mach-E is real. It's being delivered now, and they're putting it against the worst Tesla you can. No surprise there. So, uh, God, it's a headache. Ford wants to get into the EV market, which I can understand. Any automaker wants to get into the EV space. It's the future. All your sales within 20 years, you're gonna have more EV than just standard gasoline vehicles. It's just kind of how the world is going to work. People don't want combustion engines when you can have. I mean, just imagine in 10 years from now, the range on an EV battery could possibly be in the thousands. Right now, the highest is what? The Model S does about 400. So I mean, it's just crazy to think like we could really see four-figure distance in the next 10 years. So that's why Ford's into this. But anyways, their Mustang of all vehicles. Why did they choose the Mustang? Like this isn't a Mustang. Why would someone buy this? That's what I don't get. See, if I was Ford, personally, even if, okay, let's just say this Ford Mustang outperforms the Tesla, right? It has longer range. It can go 0 to 60 in, 0.2 seconds instead of 0.3 seconds, whatever. They took the Ford Mustang name and put it into something that it's not. They should have made a whole new line of vehicles to represent their EV competitor to Tesla. I think this is an absolute joke, the Ford Mustang. Now in this article, it does, it does give the Mustang some leeway. It's not that bad, blah 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 blah. But just from a consumer standpoint, from someone who likes vehicles, I would never buy this. I don't like. This is like a. This looks like a crossover. This doesn't look like a muscle car. And I get it. Like they're trying to. They want to be in the EV market. Just make a whole new line of vehicles. Don't name it the Mustang. Like don't keep the Mustang. Keep the Mustang an actual muscle car, because that's what people want when they buy a Mustang. They don't want. This looks like something like my mother would drive. My mother wouldn't drive an actual Mustang. This is like a. This is a middle-aged woman vehicle, and I'm pretty disappointed with Ford for doing this. I mean, granted, it could be a good vehicle. I've never driven in one. I don't ever want to, but we'll see if the Mustang can compete with Tesla. I'll be very surprised. Let me know what you think in the comments if you think Ford Mustang can actually compete with the Tesla in the long run. I don't think so, but hey, that's just my opinion. Anyway, that's it for this episode. By all means, if you want to support the channel, if you want more of this content, drop the like, hit the notification bell, hit on the subscribe. That's it. I'm